When lawmakers talk about crime, they often leave out corporate crime in the overall discussion. 3 Democrats are hoping to change that. Good on them. And we're talking about the corporate crime database. Let's put up this headline: Durbin, Blumenthal, Scallion introduce Corporate Crime Database Act. Bicameral legislation would require the DOJ to collect, aggregate, analyze, and publish comprehensive data on federal corporate criminal enforcement actions. Good on them. Now, the act introduced by Senate Majority Whip Dick Durbin of Illinois, Senator Richard Blumenthal of Connecticut, and Representative Mary Scallion of Pennsylvania. And here is what is proposed in this particular legislation. The Corporate Crime Database Act: collect, aggregate, and analyze information regarding enforcement actions taken with respect to corporate offenses. Publish a database of such enforcement actions on the BJS website. This is all good. It's a good start. The Corporate Crime Database Act Part 2 establish guidance for collection of that data, submit an annual report to Congress, including a description and analysis of the data collected, an estimate of the impact of corporate offenses on victims and the public, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Really good on them. This proposal comes on the heels of a letter that the trio sent to Attorney General Merrick Garland in October. This is what the letter imparts. Currently, there is no comprehensive national data collection on corporate crime. An official federal corporate crime database that presents a complete view of department-wide actions would provide significant benefits for law enforcement agencies, researchers, and the general public. Dan, I think they're off to this is pretty solid.
Yeah, I like where this is coming from. I haven't been this excited about, wow, I'm a nerd. I was about to say, I haven't been this excited about the government creating an infrastructure for investigating corporate greed, which is a category that I have in my brain. But since the creation of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, honestly, this is definitely not that size of a thing, but it would be really great to just have a database that people from journalists to regular employees who just don't want to be caught up for some wild companies can look up and see what's been going on and what they're up to. I think the more transparency, the better, especially because what to do with this information, I think, is a tougher conversation, and I think this puts that out on the table for people to decide whether you want to take more aggressive action in an antitrust way for companies that are repeatedly doing corporate crime, or whether you want to take a more hands-off approach like Republicans would almost certainly advocate for. But I think at bare minimum, this is that good old free speech that they love to talk about. So you're going to see right again how many of these people are for no corporations and right wingers get free speech whenever they want to. But if you're trying to hold them accountable or talk about the things they're doing, oh no, let's not even talk about that at all. Don't even raise your voice about that. This is just capitalism at work here. You don't need to bring that up too much. Let it all come to light is what I say.
Yeah, let it come to light. They would actually say nothing to see here, right? That's what they say all the time. And check out this chart. This is very telling right here. White collar crime prosecutions from 1987 to 2021, and there it is. And we see a dip. You see that dip in the mid 90s. There's a big reason for that. I want you to watch this.
By the mid-1980s, as the stock market soared, speculators noticed they could make even more money if they gambled with other people's money, as speculators did in the 1920s. They pushed Congress to deregulate Wall Street, arguing that the United States financial sector would otherwise lose its competitive standing internationally. The final blow was in 1999, when the Clinton administration succumbed to intensive lobbying and ditched what remained of Glass-Steagall. With its repeal, American finance once again became a betting parlor.
And the voice that you heard is former Labor Secretary Dr. Robert Reich. Nobody distills it down, the complexities of economics quite like Dr. Robert Reich. We should bring back the Glass-Steagall Act. And though we cannot use this song on here, Tom Waits has a great line from his song, quote, "God's Away on Business," in which he says, "I sell your heart to the junk man, baby, for a buck, for a buck." And that is what has happened here. So good on Senator Durbin, Blumenthal, and Representative Scallion for at least taking this first step forward. Hopefully they will go a lot further, they being the Congress, but let's just go ahead and try to get this done. Shall we? Yeah.